Hi everyone, my name is Carson. Anybody here on this channel, thank you for clicking on this video. If you're new, thank you for checking me out. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you all. Today we are doing 5 things you need to know about becoming an esthetician. This is going to be a series. This is already becoming a series. I have another video called 5 things you need to know about when looking into beauty schools, or looking for beauty schools. So if you want to go check that video out as well, it will be on my channel, and I'll probably put it as its own playlist, but for right now it's in my esthetician education playlist with other ones. So if you want to go check that out, feel free to do so. I'll probably link it down below as well. But today, this is 5 things to know when becoming an esthetician, or about becoming an esthetician. And I thought this would be a great thing for people, at least like me, who don't really know what estheticians are, like what you do. Because anytime, and this happens all the time, anytime I say that I'm an esthetician or I'm a full specialist esthetician, nobody knows what that means. No, absolutely nobody knows what that means. If you say I'm a cosmetologist, they know what that means. But when you say I'm an esthetician or I'm a full specialist esthetician, nobody knows what that means apparently. And you have to be like, oh yeah, like I do this, this, and this. And they're like, oh, that's what it's called? I didn't know that's what it's called. And we're like, yeah, that's what it's called. I went to school for it. But if you're in the same boat, or you're thinking about wanting to do something similar to this, or like this in general, I just wanted to give you guys like 5 little tips if you want to hear them. And yeah, so let's get into these 5 tips. So if my voice sounds a little bit raspy, is because I've had bronchitis again for the 2nd time in my life, and it sucks. So I'm still coughing. I have had antibiotics, but I have to probably go back to the doctor and get something else. So if my voice sounds a little bit raspy, that's why. So number 1, this is what you'll need to know getting right out the gate. Stay up to date with products and companies. So what I mean by that is a bunch of companies. There's so many skincare companies, or waxing companies, or nail companies, nail polish, depending on what you guys want to specify in. Like me, I'm a full specialist, like I've said. So I do a bunch of stuff. I do facials, I do waxings, I do nails, I do makeup, like this. But what I mean by staying up to date with companies and products is follow them on social media. That's the least thing you need to do, is follow them on social media. Stay up to date with their postings, because especially if you are in the industry and you are working on clients, there are products coming out left and right, and sometimes one company might be better than the other, or you think you love this line of products from the specific company, or these couple specific companies. It would be great to know that what if they have a new cleanser, or what if they have a new toner, or whatever, new palette, new polish set, depending on what you want to do, like I said. So it's good to stay up to date, especially if it requires extra training. So what I mean by that is, say, it's a product you've never used, or it's a product that says it's good for this, or it's good for that, or whatever it might be. Well, you still want to make sure it actually is good before you start recommending it. So that might include, you might have to test it on your own with either yourself, family members, whoever, maybe some clients, depending, but it's better to test it on yourself, or family, friends, people like that, rather than clients. Especially if you're in the industry like we are, we want to make sure we're putting things towards clients that we know is going to work, because they trust us, because they trust our opinion on these products, on these companies, and everything like that. So we want to keep that trust. So, especially if you don't know how to use the product properly, or maybe there's a different method, there's a new method, who knows. But it's good to keep up to date with things like that, with products, with companies, especially if you want a partnership or you want to buy in bulk of this specific product or this specific brand. You want to buy a bunch of stuff in bulk from them, especially to sell to your customers. So it's a good idea to keep up to date and try your best. I know it's a lot, especially there's so many, like I said, and if you're anything like me with the full specialist thing, there's a whole lot. Trust me, I follow so many people, so many companies, just because I want to keep up with trends, keep up with products, their products in general. So I understand, but it is a good thing to start off with, like, maybe, I don't know, like your 10 favorite companies that you would suggest to a client, or you would use on a client, probably would be like my best bet, especially if you're starting off. So that's number 1. Number 2 is look into extra certifications, licensings, techniques. Don't ever stop learning. You are in this industry. There's always going to be changing, ever evolving. The door is always going to be spinning on new stuff, like I was saying about products and companies. There's always going to be new stuff. There's always going to be certifications that you can get, that you can provide for your customers, or also another flow of income as well for your services to add on to everything else that you're doing, which would be great. Or a licensing, same thing. Extra services that you can provide for clients, extra income for you as well. Techniques, some things require specific techniques, especially if you're doing a license or a certification. You have to do it a certain way, make sure it's safe for you and your clients. So keep up to date with that. And like I said, don't ever stop learning. It's always great to continue learning, continue growing in your field. And this is for anything. Even if you're not an esthetician, you're just watching this because you're curious. Don't stop learning stuff. Always stay going, learning new things. Even every single day you can learn one new thing or a couple new things. Like, even if you think, oh, well, I know how to do that. Well, maybe there's another way. Maybe there's another method. You never know. But be open to it. Be open to always learning. Like me, I've been learning Korean about December of last year. I went from Japanese to Korean. So I went for about like almost a year of doing Japanese last year, and then about in December I switched to Korean, and that's what I've been doing since then. And so even like with me, I love learning languages. I will always be fascinated with different languages, especially, so that's why I always want to learn new things, and languages is one of those things for me. Or even like outside of esthetician, beauty, and stuff like that, I love doing art. I love learning about business. I love, there's plenty of things to learn. So like I said, don't stop learning. Keep learning new and innovative things. There's always something to find out, and it will be new to you that you didn't realize. So, number 3, follow fellow estheticians or others in your field, especially if you're interested in what they do. What I mean by that, support each other. If you see like a fellow esthetician, and if you are wondering why I'm looking down, I'm reading off my iPad for at least the prompt, because I had this all typed out, at least for the topic, so I want to make sure I say that right. But what I mean by follow fellow estheticians or follow others in the industry, support your fellow esty bestie or fellow person in the industry, because what we need is friendship and support, and it's always good to do that, especially if you admire the way that they do a certain thing, or the way that they post, or the way that that they do their clients and their services and whatever it may be. Follow them. Go support other fellow people, because especially them, they see that you follow them, they'll follow you. They're more likely will follow you back. Majority of them probably will follow you back, unless they're like really big some creators just don't follow a whole bunch of people. But if you're just starting out and you're like really small, people from your school, if you're already going to school or you already went to school, even though I didn't do cosmetology, I got a bunch of cos girls following me from my school that are going right now that just came across my page, or some of the Esty girls who are in school right now, and they're following me, so I follow them back, of course, because we're showing support for each other in this beauty industry, because that's what it's about. It's about supporting one another and creating cool, awesome things and make people happy, because that's why we do it. Because we care about the well-being of others, and we want to make sure you feel good and you feel beautiful, or you just feel good about yourself in general. And that's why it's good to go ahead and follow other people, because it makes them feel good as well, that they see you follow them and then you like their posts and stuff, and then they're like, oh, let me go follow them back, let me go like their stuff, let me go support them like they're supporting me. So it's always good, as a good rule of thumb as well, just in general, to support each other, like I said. Number 4 is attend conferences and conventions. So if you're not aware, there is a handful of conventions and conferences held for the beauty industry. One in particular is Premiere. They have that, I think, twice a year. I got a thing in the mail. I don't know where it is right now. Maybe I'll find it in a second. But I got it because it's happening in Orlando. I think it happens end of May, beginning of June, and then towards like September, October range. I think that is the times that they happen. I think it's Beacon and Premiere might be 2 of the ones. I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I'll probably put it on the screen, a couple of them. But there's also there's lash conventions, there's makeup conventions. Go start looking. Go start researching and looking into conventions that you might be interested, or conferences that are held that you might be interested in. Even like Sarcadia is a brand for skincare. They held a webinar, but they also had like an actual in-person conference that you could attend, I think in California. But if you were in California, you could sign up for the webinar and you can watch the whole entire live stream, and it was like 9 to 5. It was all day and they just talked about everything. And I didn't really get to watch it because I was at work, but I did sign up before I knew that I was gonna be working. But things like that. So whenever they have another one, I'm gonna sign up, and I hopefully can attend it and actually be able to do it. And even like them, they have certifications and stuff like that you can get through them. You know, go research and look into more stuff, because even though you might get excited about a product, you might get excited about a company, there are also conferences and conventions that will help you be able to learn either like techniques, products, companies that you didn't know about, or smaller companies that you might not have known about until you went to the convention or conference. Devices. There might be new devices out if you're into that. I don't know why I say it like that, but if you're into using devices like hydrotherapy, hydrofacials, microneedling, whatever it might be, that will be at conferences or conventions. So look in your area, be on the update about that, probably while you're in school, or if you're going to school right now, they'll probably be telling you about this too as well. But at least for me, we got Premiere and Beacon, so that I'm aware of. I know there's a bunch of other ones that I'm still looking into, but at least those are the big ones that I'm aware of. And they do everything. So, like I said, do your research, look into it, especially if there is an out-of-state one that you might have to attend, or whatever it might be. Even some companies will hold their own little conference day or whatever, and do like new processes, new items coming out, new techniques that they want you to do. It just depends, but still look into it as well, because it's a great thing to learn And it's a great thing to look into because that can open so many things. You never know. Me personally, I will be probably going to the next one. I don't know towards the end of this year, but at least hopefully going into 2026, I'll be able to attend a handful of them, and I'm so excited about it. So, yeah. And number 5. So, keep trying new stuff and styles. What I refer to as new stuff and styles is, even though you might be like, oh, I like doing it this way, or I like doing this way, be open. Be open to a different technique or different method. And I've been saying that a lot, I feel like, in this video, about be open to different ways of doing things, or new products, or new companies, or new devices, new methods, whatever. New things. Be open to new things. And especially, even if you, like me, I don't like change, but I know change is good at times. Sometimes it's rough, but inevitably it is good. But change has to happen somehow, and if maybe I'm not doing it the way that I should be doing it, or I could probably be doing it a different way, or, you know, whatever it might be, I'll research, and that implies you to do research, to look into it, look into other people that do the same thing or similar things, and be like, oh, how they do this, how they do this, how they do that. Be open, and maybe you'll pick up something from them, the way that they did it, and you may have never have thought about doing it that way, and until you saw it, you were like, oh, okay, wait, I can actually do it that way. That makes more sense than the way I've been doing it. So it's always 50-50, you know, but still be open to it. Still give it a chance. Try it. If you don't like it, go back to the way you're doing it. It's okay. Or try a different way. But be up with it. Keep doing different things. Keep trying. Keep learning, like I said. Because the best thing for you as an esthetician is to keep growing, moving up, getting more clients, getting more services, making that money, because we all love the monies, and then doing stuff that you love. That is the number one thing. Make sure that you are still loving what you do, and keep making sure you're happy in your journey. And I feel like that's the more big message of today, is keep doing what you love, keep loving what you're doing, and make sure your journey is happy. And if you are, you know, feeling like you don't like this way, or you don't like doing this anymore, then change it. Change it up. You don't ever have to stay the same. I know I didn't. I wouldn't be an esthetician if I didn't change it up. I'd still be in corporate America at the age of 25, 24 is what I think that's when I got. I can't remember. It's been a hot minute. But if I didn't do that, if I didn't hate my job so much doing that, I wouldn't be an esthetician right now. I wouldn't be talking to you right now, more likely. I'd still probably be putting off making YouTube videos. And I wouldn't be able to get to talk to you about what I talked to you about today. And talk to you about just being an esthetician in general. And giving you advice if you needed it, or you just wanted to hear what's it like. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys took something from this video. I hope those 5 tips helped you in your journey, in your discovery of either being an SD, or if you're a cause. If you're not even an SD, that's okay too, and you're just curious. This goes for anybody, honestly. But, at least personal experience, I'm speaking towards SD because since I'm an SD. But, yeah. It really goes to anybody, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting, found some information that you might not have realized, or opened your doors to brighter horizons. And I'm looking out my window right now because it's really bright outside today. But, go check out my other videos go follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I am at Aesthetics by Carson. Go join my journey of being an SD full specialist. And yeah, go check out any of my other videos, like I said. Go check out the other one for the series. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon, evening, whenever this reaches you. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit that bell notification so you'll be notified when I post. I do post every Wednesday, try to. I did have to take a break just because of the bronchitis, but I'm back. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, love ya.